Hi, it's BK here from BK Gold Detecting, and welcome to part 7 of finding your first gold nugget. Well, this is a very different location. All of my other videos have been taken in the Golden Triangle of Victoria, but this week I'm at Gumvale Station near Tibooburra in far northwest New South Wales. This is a complete foreign area to me, so I've had to go right back to the basics. I've had to talk to locals, do a bit of reading, a bit of research to find out how to find gold here. And to be honest with you, it's all come together. This is week 2, the first week. We just drove around, really didn't have that much luck until we met up with a couple, Brian and Moira, who told us about a spot about a half a kilometre from here where they'd found a couple of nuggets. They invited us over for a detect and we could see potential. I won't say much more. I hope you enjoy watching this, and I tell you, we did get onto the gold. There you go. Once we're through this, we're into Gumvale Station. Some old mines on Jeffrey's Flat. Early breakfast this morning because we're expecting some really wild weather today, and we're keen to get out detecting first thing, just to get a few hours on the ground before the wind picks up. We were here a couple of days ago with Brian and Moira, about 500 metres further down the track, and while I was there I found a nice nugget on a hill about 200 metres from here. So that will be my starting point today, to work around that to see if it's actually just an isolated nugget or whether it's part of a bigger patch. You got a target on my footprint.
Yep, the path that you just walked.
You're joking. Right in my footsteps. Where?
You're a bit slack. Making so much noise, Kevin.
Is it gold?
Tiny bit. But then let it blow away.
Don't sneeze. Well, finally it's my time to get a target. Elijah's had all the fun so far. The other day, right by where Elijah's filming there, I got a half-gram nugget there, and I thought I'd come back and go over the area carefully. And I'm just getting a slight signal here, and we really haven't had much junk, so any signal here is worth digging. A lot of the gold here is very small and very shallow. You know, you can walk for miles. I've walked kilometres and I come back to where I found the other one. It just shows you, if you find a nugget, don't walk away from it. Go over low and slow in the area. It better be gold after all this. Oh yeah, can see it. Doesn't get much smaller than that. That's typical of the gold round here. I think Elijah and I were quite lucky to get 2 half-grammers on the first day. Most of the gold here is very fine, but you know, it's all good fun. Well, I'm convinced now we're on a patch here. Here's another target, so close to the other ones. That was at the surface. While I was waiting for Elijah to come over with the camera, I've got another target behind me. I'm not sure about it, but I'll check that one in a minute. Such a big hole for a small nugget, but then again, it might be the exception. It might be a massive 1-grammer. Whoa. Wow, haven't heard anything scream like that since we've been here. Ah. Well, you know, for here, that's actually not bad. Wow, that was, you know, that sounded like a really big nugget. And look how deep I've dug that hole. But that's actually quite solid. The gold around here has typically been very small and very flat. That's probably close to as big as we've got here. Oh well, time for a coffee break, and wow, so nice to get off to a good start this morning and pick up a couple of nuggets. Just time for a coffee and some cake. That's my bit, Eliza. Look, you can walk for miles around here. We found nothing for a couple of days, and all of a sudden, you know, a few nuggets very close together. Now that's encouraging because there could be a bit of a run through that area. So it'll be, you know, take a bit more work to work out whether there's a patch there, but we'll keep going. Well, another target down here, poor old Eliza. She's right up there somewhere. I'm not going to call her down for this one. I'll just dig it out and show you. Just another little tiny flat piece. Look how soft this ground is. So the gold sits in it. Oh, beautiful. Lovely piece. Look at that. Lovely flat piece of gold. I'm going to call that the lunch nugget. We're on the way for lunch. This time we're definitely going for lunch. Camp's just over there. But every time I go to walk back to camp, I walk over a piece. Been fairly typical of what the weather's been like here this week. Very calm in the morning, but by 11 o'clock the wind is picked up and it usually stays that way for the rest of the day. So what do you think, Eliza? Are you managing to pick up the targets?
Well, definitely a bit challenging with me deaf in one ear. But
yeah, I'll tell you what, that other ear though, it really knows how to pick up the nuggets. Wow, I don't know what we'd do without this awning. Very good, this one. This has been brilliant. It gives us plenty of shelter from the wind, but really important that you tie it down well and make sure that the poles are very low on the side the wind's coming from. Hang on, honey! Hold your hat! Well, as it does here, wind dies down just before the sun goes down, and I've come out right by the car here, and I'm getting a signal. Sounds a bit too good to be true, to be honest. So I'm not going to build my hopes up too much. Wow. Ah well, it's out. It's got to be a bullet. Oh wow. That's the best bit for the day. Just as we're finishing up. What a great way to finish. Have a look at this. Look at that. That's actually very, very impressive for Gumvale. Well, for me at Gumvale anyway. Told you, honey, we're parked on the gold. We're on the gold. Cheers, honey.
Cheers.
What a good day today. This was our best day by far for gold. And the biggest nugget we found all day was right there, right next to the camp. Just love it. Wow, what a difference a day can make. Dead calm today, no wind expected today, which is really good. We're going to get off to an early start. Eliza's making one of her childhood recipes from Malaysia. Beautiful brown pancakes made with red sugar.
Look here.
Really nice. Oh, look at this. They are yum. Good way to start the day. Thanks, honey. And I still can't stop thinking about that nugget I got right next to the campfire there, the biggest one yet. Opened up a whole new little area here that I hadn't thought of detecting.
I'm up on the hill, not too far from where you get your nugget last night, close to the car. I have a little bit of wobbling sound. It might be a tip target.
Okay, I'll come over. Eliza's got the first signal for the day. Still quite early, but oh, it's so nice not to have any wind today. You can hear the signals a lot better. Well, we're going to dig it, but we've had a lot of problem with ground noise around here, and generally if you're getting a broad sound, it's been ground noise, but we check it out. Wow, honey, you dig into China there.
pretty big hole.
I mean, it would be easy to think it was ground noise, but what you really want to hear is the sound disappear completely. If it just keeps on making noises, you dig deeper.
Oops.
Oh, hey, that's interesting. It has gone.
I think it's out.
Well, you know, we could have walked away from this. I still can't believe that hole. Look at the size of that hole.
It's a beauty. Look.
Let's have a look. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Wow. You know, the biggest gold is closer to the car. This is amazing.
We
And
almost
that
walk away.
really sounded like ground noise, but we persisted because we found that the ground noise tends to be when you're digging into the wet clay. This was dry ground, so we persisted. Wow, I'm still amazed at just how deep that was. Oh, come on, let's have another look. Let's have another look. Beautiful. Well, that's the first one we've got over 1 gram. Like here, if you get half a gram, it's really good. So, you know, we got some work to do. We're obviously right where we're camped. There's some deep ground with some good nuggets in it. Well, that was a great session. We've changed our strategy a bit. We've been working a patch just down, there's a quartz mound just down the hill behind us. We've got about 50 or 60 nuggets from there back up the slope towards where we camped, but the 3 biggest nuggets by far have actually been right by the campsite. So this little bit of a plateau that we're camped on, it's quite deep ground, but it's holding good gold. So we're going to concentrate our efforts on this for a while. And oh, by the way, you get 2 choices here: wind and no flies, or no wind and flies. So take your pick. Okay, well, we've only just started and I've got a target already. We're working this flat area around the car where we found the bigger nuggets. And I'll just show you, I've got a target here, but I'll just show you, we're pretty much skimming the top of the quartz here, getting as close to the ground as we can with our swings, and you know, not moving too fast. And we've got a target here. This is fairly typical of the targets we've been getting. It wouldn't have sounded quite that loud before I scraped the gravel off, but you know, 9 times out of 10 these have been gold. Virtually no junk here. Oh yeah, here we go. There you go, another little Gumvale Station nugget. Well, we're finding so many small nuggets. I'm not going to show every single one, digging them up. You'll get sick of it. But here's a good example here. Just that little bit of gridding that I did just before. You know, an hour of gridding, 5 tiny little pieces of gold. All, you know, it's all good fun. But I'm looking forward to getting into some deeper ground to try and find some more bigger ones. A few people have asked how I make these videos. Believe it or not, I've got to lug this around with me everywhere I go. One of the penalties of being a YouTuber. So I carry an extra backpack on, and I've got this little windsock on a microphone, but I can tell you the wind around here, there is going to be some wind noise in the video this time because yeah, it can get very strong out here, and the flies. You know, there's an old saying that you don't walk away from gold to find gold, and you know, I really believe in that. The first day that we came to this area, I found a nugget just over on the hill behind me. This very slight hill of quartz here that just seemed to stand out. And I tend to look for something that's a bit different when I'm in a new area, and I found a ½ gram nugget right on the top. Since then, we found about, must be about 50 nuggets between here, and they're all running up this hill here. Sorry about the sun glare. Back towards our camp up there. Now, last night, I found the biggest one yet right by the car on the plateau of the hill there. So we're going to continue working around this area and also on the flat around where the car is. But you know, this is really good. You don't give up on those first few days where you're traveling around and getting nothing. You know, you've got to persist until you find your first nugget and then work around it and this has really paid off. We're on a really good patch here. I wasn't going to film this because, to be honest with you, the wind noise is just so bad. But I've got a really deep target here, and I'm getting you know, quite interested in this one. This is from the surface. Still quite a good sound. I'm still not down to the bottom. Wow, I'm about a foot down here, and we're still getting a signal. Oh wow! Woohoo! Uh-oh, she's out. This sounds good. Oh wow, I can see it already. Oh beauty. It's a flat piece, but this is quite good size for around here. Have a look at that. Beautiful. And look how deep that hole is. Oh wow. You know, most of the nuggets we've been finding have been up on this hill here, but this is the first time I've come a bit further down into this little bit of a runoff here, which is a bit deeper ground. So this is quite promising. Well, Eliza's been working these little runoffs, and she's got this screaming signal here. That's with the headphones on. So this is really looking good. Good luck, honey. Best signal we've had all day. Eliza's had a little bit of a lean day today, so I'm really hoping this is something, you know. I'm really hoping. Oh, it's out already. It's quite shallow then. Oh. Oh.
So impressive.
Oh, please be a nugget. Well, if that's a nugget, that's going to be big. That is going to be big. Just hope it's not a chunk of lead. Not that we found much.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. You are joking. Oh, you are joking. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Eliza. Oh, listen, look at that smile. Look at that smile. Oh, my God. Look, the biggest one we've had so far has only been just over a gram. That, I tell you, that is, I don't know, I'm guessing about 5 grams. Oh, wow. And it's right in this series of runoffs here, coming down the hill from our patch further up. So, oh no, that's really good. Well done, honey. You happy now?
Yep. Can we take a picture?
Yeah, I can take a picture. Well, a quick weigh in. This is what it's all about. 21.26 grams. Very, very happy with that. Most of them very, very small. There's a few 1 grammers in there. And a beautiful 4.5 grammer there that Eliza found. Very happy with this. Well, we're coming towards the end of our week at Gumvale, and wow, what a week it's been. We are absolutely over the moon. Compared to last week we spent a lot of time wandering around, only picked up a couple of grams of gold, and it wasn't until we bumped into Brian and Moira, and they told us about a spot about 1/2 kilometre from here where they picked up a couple of gold nuggets. They invited us out here, and we could see real potential in this area. So we've come back here, spent a week here, and gone over it thoroughly. And look, we're just very, very happy with the results. So anyway, we hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you have, perhaps consider subscribing. It doesn't cost anything. It just means that you get notified when any new videos come up. And if this is the first time you've watched, this is part 7 of the series. Perhaps think about watching the other 6 videos. Thanks for watching.